Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Lawyers, Mediators International show and podcast, where we talk about law and conflict resolution topics to educate both professionals and everyday people. Today I have special guest Tom King, who is back on the show to talk about Toolkit.law. And we'll do another segment for other projects he's working on. But Tom, how are you doing today?
So, you and I have known each other 7 years. I think this is probably our fourth time to do this together over the years. It's always great to speak to another attorney and technologist. So, like you're busy on your ventures, and I've been busy on my ventures, traveling the globe, including to Pakistan, where our development team is, and Big Bend National Park to strategize. So I'm doing good.
Good, good. Well, good to see you again. Good. You look good as always. And last time you were on the show, I believe you were hailing from Islamabad, Pakistan, where you were giving us a brief introduction to Toolkit.law. It's been a number of months. Just want to have you back to kind of give us a status on where things are currently.
And the time before we saw each other, we were broadcasting from the Texas Association of Mediators
Yes.
in the Woodlands, Texas, and that was fun too.
Yeah.
So Toolkit.law, uh, I mean, my technology background. While I'm an attorney, I used to have my own nationally syndicated computer talk radio show in the 1990s. I worked for Mark Cuban before I went to law school, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and a lot of people know him internationally as the guy who started Shark Tank. And so I've always been a technologist. And so 4 years ago, I decided to create a Swiss Army knife for the legal professionals in the 80 countries with English-based legal systems. And so I ended up I bought an RV, and I for a whole year, I just mediated remote. But I mean, I'm the attorney that invented online mediation in America in 2017. And so in 2023, I said, I got to get away from everybody. So I packed up my RV and I visited all the national parks from Texas to California, all the way up to Vancouver, British Columbia.
Interesting.
And I design spec 1,500 legal tools, calculators, and utilities. We don't do pleading generation, and we don't do big accounting systems, but we figure we're the mortar between the big bricks. If you think of your pleading software and your practice management software and your accounting system as your three big bricks, we're the mortar between all the bricks. And so we ended up designing and platforming and coming up from a technologist perspective. Basically, we did for what we think was going to be big 5 years from now. So we came up with a cloud-based solution that we designed our own custom backend server, and we came up with the Toolkit.law website as what we sometimes call a Web 3.0 app. It's really an app that runs on a website with 1,500 tools, calculators, and utilities. And for only $100 a year, it includes 24 hours of free continuing legal education in those countries that do continuing legal education. They're all certified in my jurisdiction, in your jurisdiction of Texas, but all attorneys in the United States can take our CLE, watch their 24 hours for free, and submit it to their own state. So we basically, for $100 a year, after a free 6-month trial of our 1,500 tools, calculators, and utilities, you can take our CLE and we save you $5,000. We about $3,000 of software you'd otherwise pay for, and about $2,000 worth of continuing legal education. So that's our value proposition.
So could you share your screen? I know you have it up, and it'll be good to kind of walk people through some of the features. And last time, people can check out the other video you had done. You kind of walked us through a lot of the internals. So this time, just give us a quick overview.
Toolkit.law is built for the 65% of people who surf the internet on their mobile devices. So it's mobile optimized,
Yes.
but it is a cloud-based secure platform in which we do not store any of your files, but we connect to your Microsoft OneDrive, your Dropbox, your Box.com, your Google Drive. And so we have tools, webinars, calculators. We have about 800 calculators. And so we also have a vendor marketplace. And the thing that no one is noticing yet
Mhm.
is we also build a one-page e-commerce enabled user web store for you. So if you wish, when you join Toolkit.law and you connect it to your Stripe or your PayPal account, it's your one-page e-commerce website. 80% of legal professionals only need one page.
Yep.
And we even and you can, even while sitting in front of the desktop, you can scan that person's V card right into your phone. So we are an all-purpose solution. And the thing that's hard for people to do is to wrap their head around our 1,500 tools, calculators, and utilities. So we happen to also bundle them as suites. So if you think of Adobe Creative Suite, which
Hmm.
has about 10 productivity tools, if you go into Adobe Creative Suite, our Creative Suite, we have the legal professionals equivalent of what they need. So we do audio editing of files, video editing of files, chart creation, fantastic file conversion, graphic calculators, image editing like Photoshop. We have over 30 different discrete tools for PDF editing, Bates numbering, pagination, exhibit labeling, QR code generation, video editing, that you would need to deal with any of your evidence, right? So if you have audio evidence, video evidence, if you need to increase the volume of a phone call, uh, we even have. I love this. It's one of our most popular pages. You can put in an Instagram or a YouTube or a Facebook link to a video, and it automatically downloads the video for you, Pierre. And we
Cool.
know in family law, no one ever posts anything stupid on social media, right?
Yeah.
I swear, I had a case 6 months ago where the opposing party on Snapchat posted his testicles.
I've seen worse. Yes.
We've all seen worse, but the
Yeah.
judge had seen in that case, the judge had seen enough when we presented that video to that individual who did it twice during two drunken during two drunken rampages. Needless to say, they are not the custodial parent in that case. So the
Yeah.
idea is that we have tools, calculators, and utilities. So if I show you our legal tools, we have our own AI research tool. And Pierre, I love what we have done with this. Now, from seeing Toolkit.law,
Yep.
our interface is very proprietary, very unique. Every one of these expandable accordions has a different tool. Every one of our pages is the equivalent of a competitor's website. So this is what we do for AI. And so we have an AI rewriting tool, and you can either paste the text in or upload the file.
Mhm.
It can, and you can rewrite it for social media purposes or legal purposes. But we have combined some of the best AI tools to back end our AI researching ability. And what I really love um, is what we've done with that. I'm going to show it to you on a different platform real quick. And so anywhere on any of our accordions, you can access our researching tool anywhere.
Gotcha.
Um,
And on mobile.
and and from within it, you can not only do legal research, but you can do general research, and we back end that. So we have our own app store. We have a plugin. What I love to show on our
Mhm.
plugin, if I go to blank.org so that it's just a clean blank screen, um, we have the Toolkit.law assistant, which is our add-on.
Cool.
And this is our browser extension. We support 7 different browser extensions. We have the ability to access our CLE. You can test your audio and your video before you go on a call like this, a calculator if you need it, image and video capture, all these different types of conversions that are necessary, including currency conversions. Um, we have the ability to do legal signatures right here.
Mhm.
This is a media player and media converter. You can take notes right here. We have our own payment tool. We have our own. If you need tech support and they need to know all your IP address and other technical things
Hmm.
that support may need to know, we have all that there. So in Toolkit.law, we not only have our website, but we also have in our own app store. We have the Toolkit.law app. If you're an Adobe user, we offer the Toolkit.law assistant for Adobe Express.
Okay.
If you're an Apple ecosystem user, we support our app on Mac OS, iOS, iPad OS. We have a plugin for Safari, our Toolkit.law assistant for the Safari browser. By the way, we're about to come out with it for Apple TV.
Okay. Now tell me, why would I need Apple TV? Give me some examples or scenarios.
If you are an Apple fanatic, you may want access to things anywhere you work. And the
Yeah.
point is,
Mhm.
with wherever you are, if you're an Apple ecosystem user, then you'll be able to get access to some basic information and basic resources if you like to work off of your TV, or you're lazy and you're in front of your TV and you're watching Texas A&M win the National College Football Championship on January 19th, and then you think of something that you want to make a note of or you want to look at, okay?
Got it.
But instead, you may be a Microsoft user. And
Yeah.
if you're a Microsoft ecosystem user, we have I can just show it to you right on. Let's see if I go to Word. So as you can see on the Toolkit.law assistant, we support Pierre Mac. As a technologist, you'll get it. Most people won't. We support 35 different platforms.
Yes.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that. And so in Word, in Excel, and PowerPoint, and Outlook, and in Teams,
Hmm.
we offer the Toolkit.law assistant to work beside you in all those different platforms. But
Yeah.
we have an app, so we're for 365 for the browser Edge. For the Windows operating system, we have our own standalone app for Windows that's right there, and it's all instantly updated through our backend server. So whenever we make any updates, you don't need to update the app for Windows or Mac OS. But the point is, Toolkit.law is where however you want to work. Some people are Samsung centric.
Yes. Like I am. I think you are.
We even have a great watch face for
Okay.
productivity, right? You're in front of a judge. You know this. The Apple Watch does not allow you to make watch faces,
Mm.
but Wear OS does. And so if you're in front of a judge and you just got your watch and you need to quickly access, and the judge is yelling at you, as they often do, quick access to your email, your calendar, your text messages, phone, alarm, uh, the weather, a calculator, your wallet, um, playing music when you're jogging, and the Google Gemini AI. So we offer
It's pretty
a
cool.
great watch face.
Yeah.
And
No, I have a
so
Samsung watch. Yeah.
yeah, and so from a productivity perspective, we support Zoom Workplace, Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, uh, a limited part of the Adobe Creative Suite. Um, you know, Oh my stars, we support everything Google. If
Yeah.
you're a Google Workspace user within any of those aspects, even the Chrome OS through the browser extension. If you're cloud centric, we support Box.com, Dropbox, Google Drive. We're about to roll out Microsoft OneDrive. If you're into collaboration, we're a plugin for Google Chat, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Slack, and Zoom Workplace. So we allow you to work the way that you want to work. But we have an audio editor, Bates numbering. I use this for billing. All my billing is right here, Pierre. All my billing is right here. And if I need to quickly do a summary or send out an email, it generates an invoice to them automatically. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. I think the
uh,
billing would be very, very useful.
if you need to do chat between you and your team while you're in a jury trial, maybe your paralegal's at the office and the other attorney is observing the jury while you're picking the jury. We have conferencing tools, phenomenal file conversion. A technologist like you would appreciate this. All the different audio file conversions, but it does all the audio file conversions, color conversions if you're a technologist, or
Mhm.
you're dealing with the flyer. Maybe you're inside a law firm and you're working on a flyer. We have currency conversion, distance conversion, uh, you know,
Cool.
images. Lawyers love this. Okay, if you're a family law attorney and you get someone that works 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and they get some bonus, look at everything we do to show how we calculate different types of metrics depending on what you need to know for someone's income. And then, say in a family law case, you need to email it to the other attorney. It automatically generates the email and it puts in all the information right there so you can send it. So everything we do, you have the ability to copy it and to email it, give us feedback on it, print it, or get a web link to this information. So the conversion tool, I can't believe other big companies haven't done the conversion tools like we like to be a part of Microsoft Office, right? We have
Yeah.
discovery tools, divorcing tools, how to organize. I tell you what, Pierre, Mac.
Mm.
Um, if you have a divorce case, this is the best intake tool because what they can do is this can be shared with somebody else. And your client can create a Toolkit.law account and then they can share it to you and then they can populate all the information. So if we create, so they can put in their case information, client information, opposing party information, concerns you have about the case, whether it's abandonment, adultery, child abuse, income information, assets, liabilities, all that, and then they share it. They share it to you, separate property, and then they share it to you. And when they share it to you, you can start. They've saved you all that intake time.
Cool.
They've saved you all that intake time. Okay,
Good.
and so when we go back to the tools section, so um, organizing your docket, organizing evidence, doing human resources within your law firm. Um, you'll love this. All the different things you can do with an image that you may need. You may need to blur a child's face, right, in an image,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
may need to apply a border to it. You may need to do a collage. So we can do collages based off of the number, the number of images that you want, and and so you can select, are you doing a 2 image layout? Are you doing a 9 image layout for an exhibit? And so we create collages, about 30 tool, you can crop it, you can do file conversion, you can filter it, you can flip it, you can highlight something, you can mirror it. Um, oh, you would love this tool, Pierre. Watch this. So, Pierre, I've never seen anyone else do this. I'm going to make a copy of this image. Have you ever just seen an image that you wanted to that you just copy and
Mm.
you wish you could quickly turn it into an image?
Okay.
Look at that. Take anything you see on the internet, anything you copy,
Yeah.
just go into here, paste, and you can convert it in either a PDF or a PNG or an SVG or a TIFF, a JPEG, the two different JPEG extensions. And so for the modern legal professional, there are the 30 different tools that you need for image editing, right? So you don't need Adobe Photoshop. And it's got to be dumbed down for us lawyers, right? Okay. So one of the things that we do that almost no one else does, we have a great jury selection tool, a mediation memorandum organizing tool. Okay. Um, I live with the PDF tool, and I'll just show you one thing. If you just want to, if you want to if you want to label a file, let's just take, I'll just take this, just some random file. Text line will be uh, plaintiff exhibit 01. Oh no, we'll say um, exhibit. We'll call it P01.
Good.
Okay, and I want to make the text a good bit bigger, and so there it is, top left. top right, bottom right. You can change the color. It's just, and it doesn't label just the first page, Mac. It labels every page of
Cool.
that exhibit. So if this is a 20-page exhibit, it'll carry that through. And
Yeah.
then you just process it and download it. So it's the best poor man's exhibit labeler that you'll ever find.
Well, here.
If you need
So
if you need to merge.
a few thoughts. I've been watching this, and there's a lot of takeaways I have. I think the exhibits tool is really, really cool. You call it a poor man's exhibits list. I like that. Um, the single page website is a pretty big feature for me because everything is consolidated in one place. And the intake, I didn't know that you could actually share this to a client so they can create their own Toolkit.law. Are they having to pay for it, or are they just using your account?
They get a 6-month, everybody gets a 6-month trial account.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if they need more than 6 months, then they can pay $100 a year or $12 a month. And then they just look up any other Toolkit.law user in the system, and then they share it to them. And then let's say that a client does that with you, and then a client fires you,
Mm,
and they disconnect your access to the information.
hmm.
That information stays in your system up until the time that they disconnect it. It doesn't get updated, but you'll still have access to
Got
all
it.
the work product done up until that point if they've moved on.
Okay.
Um, so the ability to do, we just rolled out the share feature so that we've been working on that for 8 months.
Cool.
Jury selection. Um, I love this. If you have a phone and you need to scan something, it won't work here because we're on my laptop right now. But if we're on my mobile device right now and you click on that, you can scan a document in the courtroom and it instantly turn it to a PDF file.
Got it.
Okay. So the PDF tool's very robust. But the point is, we have about 60 different tools. We have a poor man's word processor, a poor man's spreadsheet. I love our presentation tool. It's not for creating the presentation. It's for giving the presentation. And you
Okay.
don't need to take a laptop or desktop. You just need to go to, um, you just need to open it up off of you can just open it up off of locally, off a flash drive that you bring with you, or you can open it up off of any of these cloud drives. And if you're at somebody else's event, you just go up to the podium and you just log into your Toolkit.law account and open it up. And then it launches it in presentation mode, and it's absolutely amazing. Let's just see if I can do it with a PDF file. Okay. So let's say there's that PDF file. And then now if I want it, I can have it automatically go, or I can do it manually.
Mm,
And then I go to the tools over here into launch mode. And then here's what everybody else sees.
okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that's what I see. And that's what I see. And without bringing any technology at all, I could bring just a flash drive, which is the way I prefer to do it, to plug it into somebody else's laptop at the podium. This is only one page. It's
Yeah.
only a one page. You can do PDF. It'll convert PowerPoint or uh, Google Slides or Apple Keynote. It'll do all the conversion. I always like to do my presentations as PDF files, to be quite honest. Anyway, so within Toolkit.law, there's roughly 70 different pages. Every one of these pages represents a full website of capabilities. Legal signing. You can do electronic signatures. You can do email signatures. If you need to create a standardized signature for your company, you can do with the legal signature. Let's do a drawn signature. Okay, there we go. And let's upload the file. And again, I'll just take something okay. Now check this out. If I want, you can see it has the IP address,
Okay.
the international date, and the international time, if you want those things included.
Got it.
And if you want, you click this, it'll duplicate it in the same place. Like if you want to put it in the bottom right corner. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I do have space down here so people can see it. and I want to duplicate it on every page, that would duplicate it in the right-hand corner of every page.
Cool. Well, Tom, so how do people get started if they want to, they've seen enough and they want to go ahead and start using Toolkit.law?
So yeah, so first of all, it's so overwhelming, right? And so when you start out, we have these messages here, and one thing is we have a getting started resource.
Okay.
Okay, it's right in our help section, or we can just jump to it. And we have a getting started accordion. Here's how you sign up. Here's everything. This is for everyone. The things you need to do basic setup. These are the apps that you should be installing. It drives you to those.
Got it.
Then if you're a law school student, we have a special law school suite. We have instructions for law schoolers. Otherwise, if you're a legal professional, we have the 10 things that you think you should do. And then we have about 42 tools that I think we're up to 41 that we really encourage you to take a look at. Okay.
Okay.
But within the help section, the thing that I love, and I'll go ahead and log in again. And of course, you can log in with any of the ways you're used to doing.
Yeah.
We implement that to streamline it. And I use oh, my stars. Oh, oh, my stars.
Well, it's real
Well, I'm
life right
glad.
now.
Yeah, yeah, it's real life. Oh,
At least it's secure, right?
yeah. And at least it didn't show you like my password. Yeah. Um, Again, I'm going to hit refresh. I want to show you something again.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap, and I'm tapping on the splash screen to pause it. So we support Adobe, Android, Apple, our Chat GPT app comes out in the next month, Clio, Dropbox, the whole Google Workspace, Where, Windows 365, PayPal, Stripe, Zoom, and Slack. But I suggest you go into the help section
Mhm.
and then you go to get started, and that'll get you going. But
Got
the
it.
thing that's important is, and because I really want to focus on the user web stores, um, when you fill out your basic information, when your basic information here, and you click on these accordions to open and close and save. You add all these connected accounts. We give you the ability to connect your Box, your Clio, your Dropbox, your Microsoft OneDrive, your Stripe account, your PayPal account. Give you the ability to connect your social media here. And as you're filling out all these things in settings, at the same time, it's automatically building and updating your user web store.
Cool.
Now, we have a national partner, which is National Screening Center.
Mhm.
And they do drug testing and paternity testing on 6 continents. And so they just have this one-page website. Let's say you want to do one paternity test. You want to do once. Let's see. You can only add one type for a certain. Okay, I'll delete that. Okay, let's say you want to do this drug test. Okay. And there it is, ready to check out. Okay.
Mm.
And so e-commerce is solved.
Yes.
E-commerce is solved. People don't have to know how to build a website. You control what's in your about section.
Mhm.
We automatically give a link to your main website. Um, there's your address with a Google Maps link, your phone number, your email. Um, you can download the person's contact information. We also automatically generate a 2-page marketing flyer in PDF format based on this page.
Okay.
It's taking a bit of time because you and I, oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. And so there's everything. So it's a poor man's marketing flyer.
It's
But
pretty
the point
amazing.
is, any lawyer, any mediator, if they don't want to know about how to build a website, we do it for you. And so it's always up here in the top left corner are your own bookmarks to launch other services that you use. And in the right are our bookmarks for you. And there's access to your user web store. And so whenever anyone does a purchase, the money's automatically transferred to you. We take a processing fee, but we solve needing a website for 90% of legal professionals. Like maybe you're just a court reporter or a videographer or a freelance paralegal. Okay. And then you just purchase a domain. I think I have a Texas Modern Mediation.com that should point to my user web store. So if I were to market TexasModernMediation.com, I'd buy the security certificate. I just use it for testing purposes.
Yeah.
But I could instead make this Texas Modern Mediation right here instead of Tom King. And this could be my one-page website. And all I would need to do is market the domain that everyone just saw me type. I could market that domain. I could use that email address that would go with it, and it would land on my user web store. So for 90% of legal professionals in the 80 countries with English-based legal systems, not only do we have 1,500 tools, not only do we have 24 hours of included continuing legal education, but we also give you your whole website and e-commerce solution all in one bundle.
Yeah,
all
very
in one
cool.
bundle, and it automatically builds it for you.
Very cool.
Which kind of takes me to the next thing we built, Mac, which was, what an LMS is, a learning management system.
Yep.
A lot of people know about Google Classroom. So we built our own. I can't believe we did this. We built our own back-end learning management system. And we now implement our own courses. So here's how you get the CLE. And when you're done with the CLE, it automatically creates the certificate. It creates the certificate and the state that approved it, and you turn it in, and you're all set.
Cool.
And so you can pop into each one of these slides. You consume the content on whatever you need to know, and then when you're done, you can download your certificate. You can email it to someone. You can print it, or you can just open it up standalone.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing co-parenting classes on here, domestic violence classes on here, batterers classes, decision making classes. We're gonna be offering about 7 or 8 core classes here for people to take to purchase if a court orders them to take that. In addition to, here's an overview. So where's the overview? I'm going to go to the family. Here we go. So we'll be having alcohol and drug abuse, anger management, co-parenting, conflict resolution, domestic violence, and we're going to do it as a combined 20-hour course as well.
Got it.
And in fact, when we go to Pakistan, we're going to be hosting the first CLE in the history of the country on the first week of April when I go to work with my team. I always go to Pakistan, as you know, for a month every year. So I'll be there for a month. We have the tools, we have continuing legal education, and the calculators is insane. Asset calculators, banking calculators, business calculators, construction calculators. Okay, people say, why the heck would you do cooking calculators, Mac, right? Well, what if the defendant claimed he was cooking a ham and that's his alibi and that it was bone in and it was a 30-pound ham, and he said, I couldn't have done it because I was cooking it for 20 hours. And that prosecutor says, well, I know it only takes 17 hours and 30 minutes to cook a 30-pound half bone-in ham. So the point is, there's so much open source code out there that we could use. So we have calculators for everything: income, interest, investment, legal calculators for time and billing. A lawyer might care about a legal bill calculator. We have a legal hours calculator. We also have a calculator. How much do you want to make this year? And how many hours do you want to work a week? Okay, then how many hours do you need to bill per week? So however you wish to skin the cat. Um, Military calculators. This is one of the most trafficked pages on our website.
Hmm.
One of the most trafficked pages on our website. For civilians, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. What's the alphabet in military, right?
Okay.
Dealing with flagpoles and flagpole dimensions, okay? Military time zones, which are different than 24-hour time zones, by the way.
Hmm.
Morse code. I mean, just insane. Or maybe you're trying to keep track of all the different insignias and ranks. My son is a staff sergeant in the Army. He's an E6. And so for non-regs, for civilians, we have all of the military ranking. So it's obviously more than just it's military reference tools, but time zone calculators, time zone conversions. But this military calculator page gets so much traffic on our website. Um, t- so different time calculations, technology calculations, right? So if you need to know bandwidth, download speed, maybe you're the IT person inside of a law firm, right? And you need to know what the IP address is of where you're located. There you go. Okay. Generate passwords. We have so many calculators.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we could definitely be here all day because there's so many
Okay.
tools. And that's the thing, right? Toolkit.law is a platform that brings together so many different types of tools, and you've built your own and you integrate other tools that people are already familiar with, which is a truly amazing feat. So, congratulations to you and your team, Tom. And I hope this thing grows for you and that you get a lot of subscribers. And we'll definitely put the link on this video so that people can quickly go to it. But Toolkit.law is the only link you really need, right? And that's the door to everything else.
And be sure to download the browsers. Oh,
Yes,
can I show you real quick? I want to
please,
show
please.
you. I meant to show you all just the browsers we support. Okay. Apple
Uh,
Safari, Chat GPT Atlas, Google
okay.
Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, and the new Perplexity
Yeah,
AI comment. So our browser extension supports all seven browsers. And
gotcha.
you'll notice that my custom my bookmarks that I keep up here to get at um my Bravo newsletter or my Facebook page
Mm,
or my Stripe or my PayPal or my Gemini or my QuickBooks accounting system, it automatically updates them on our add-on called the Toolkit.law assistant. And so I strongly encourage everybody
yeah,
to be sure to not only sign up for the free 6-month fully featured trial account, but also to be sure to go to the help section and go to our getting started resource. And
yeah,
it'll help you do everything, including setting up your user web store and also installing all the apps and add-ons that'll really just make this indispensable
yeah.
for
And I,
$100 US a year.
yes, I think Google Chrome, of course, is the biggest browser around. And I think last time you had reminded us that people sometimes will add the extension, but then forget to pin it. And that creates some issues. Can you remind people of why it's important to pin the extension up there?
Oh, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna uninstall it. I'm gonna show you what we did.
Okay.
You're gonna love this, Mac. So if I go to where it here, I'm gonna remove this.
All right.
We do something that I've never seen anyone else do. Watch this, Mac. Microsoft and everybody else should do this approach. You be the judge.
Hmm.
Okay. So if I
Okay.
uninstall it, it gives you all this feedback. It generates a new page.
Got it.
Post uninstall. We
Okay.
do the same thing on install. Watch this. We take the reminding people about this out of it. So we go to our web browser, and let's say I want to install the Google Chrome extension, and I add it to Chrome. I add the extension. Look at the page it generates. It
Okay.
instantly takes us to you, and it tells you to click on the icon.
Mhm. Yep.
hit the pin, and then slide it to whatever position you want it in.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah, there you
No
go.
one
That's
does
helpful.
no
Yeah,
one does
that's
a
helpful.
page build like this. No one does, and 95% of users don't know how to pin a browser
Exactly.
extension,
I've seen it.
which
I've seen
means
it.
that 99.5% of lower intelligence lawyers have no idea how to pin this stuff. So we give them the instructions right to do it right
Yo,
there.
very cool. Very cool.
And
All
then
right.
if you want, we got to end this. I'm just gonna keep
It's a lot. I mean, how many thousands of tools do you have connected to this thing?
1,500.
Yeah,
1,500 tools, calculators, and utilities
there
for
you go.
modern legal professionals with a language non-dependent user interface.
All right. Well, Tom King, we got to wrap it up. People need to go ahead and check out this tool. There's something in there for everybody, whether it's the e-commerce part, just a website, just the tools you need for trial and litigation. Everything you need is there. And you're doing incredible work. So keep it up. Toolkit.law. Thank you so much, sir. We'll talk to you
Mac,
soon.
great to see you.
You too.